Hi YouTube, this episode is something I just wrote an essay on, and falls under the umbrella of cognitive psychology. And so what I'm going to be talking about today is linguistic relativity. Linguistic relativity was hypothesized in the 19th century, predominantly by the researcher Benjamin Lee Whorf. So, that's a fancy ass pair of words. What does it mean? Well, the linguistic relativity theory hypothesizes that our language affects our thought, which can be quite a tough concept to get your head around. So let me give you an example, based on research, to better understand what I mean. You and your friend are in two separate rooms, and I decide to slap some electrodes on the both of you. I visit the room that your friend is in and shout euphemisms at them like shoot or fluck. Then I visit your room and shout actual swear words at you. Don't worry, I wouldn't do that. Like shit or fuck. When I compare your automatic responses to your friends, we'll see that you had a heightened cognitive response. This provides us with the concept that language can affect our thoughts, as the premise and the meaning of swear words and euphemisms are the same, however the language itself is what's different. Now, where linguistic relativity states that our language can affect our thoughts, the more extreme version of this is linguistic determinism, which suggests that our language determines our thoughts. So according to this theory, we wouldn't be able to form thoughts that we couldn't verbalize, though this theory has now been largely discredited for various reasons. For example, the words bat, bank, and bug all have various meanings, but all have differences in thought. Due to this, linguistic relativity is still a very popular theory among psychologists. You can see further support for it by looking at the thought process of foreign language speakers. For instance, Eskimos arguably have 50 words, approximately, for the word snow, such as wet snow used for sleighing. This means that they must have a thought process to accompany these words, showing us once again that language can affect thought. So, if this theory is to be considered true, and language does actually play such a large part in our thought processes, where does it end? The incredible fact is that any thoughts you ever have will be restricted by your language. If I asked you to describe your room to me, you would only be able to describe it in a language you've learned, not how your brain actually wants to describe it. So I find myself asking, is the relationship between language and thought a good thing?